I have considered getting tattoos. I've never been game enough to get a tattoo.
We actually almost made tattoo together, but we didn't.
In America.
Mä ajattelisin ehkä, että onko se terveellistä.
Ah,
Että onko se jotain
siinä on
niinku
sekin puoli.
pientä myrkkyä kuitenkin elimistölle.
I suppose it's more like I've never seen something that I would like to have on my skin for the rest of my life.
I would love to have my full left arm tattooed, but I don't know with which tattoo to start. If I need meaning, if I don't need the meaning.
My name is Agne. I'm from Lithuania, living in Tallinn for the last 3 years. This whole design is a woman put together from pieces and like life growing out of her, like plants and everything. So the Japanese art of kintsugi is like putting broken things back together, and the idea is that makes the things even more beautiful than they originally were. Before I started doing tattoos, I was really apprehensive of interacting with the artist, because there is this image of like the arrogant artist who's gonna like judge your idea or like whatever. Luckily, that hasn't been the case for me with any of my tattoos, and with Aurika especially. Like there's a lot of focus on making me happy. Not just like I'm doing my art, for my art's sake. No, like it's very much for me.
When you want to approach an artist and you like know that this is my style, this is the person, this is what I want, then first go and check out how they like to be reached, because different artists have different, again, boundaries that work for them. Some of them prefer DM, some of them prefer that you email them. Maybe their booking is closed and you have to join a wait list. That's totally fine.
Тот, кто хочет сделать первую татушку, сначала определиться с тем, что хочется сделать, в том плане, что это хочется просто набить что-либо ради того, чтобы набить, либо действительно хочется что-то конкретное, потому что если это первый вариант, это я бы советовала подождать. Такие люди есть, мне тоже писали периодически, я их отговаривала.
Don't think about it too much, like what you want, like in detail, because you might want some things that are not really doable, and you don't know that. So it's good to have a consultation with a professional first.
Don't be like fixed on the thing you're thinking. Just listen to the artist, because we have a lot of knowledge, and we're trying to help you, so the person wouldn't regret it in the future.
I guess it was just that the idea I wanted to do works better in color. Like you can't do kintsugi in black and white. It's not gonna work. So you have to do it in color. I think I started thinking about colorful tattoos when I started seeing like this different style, different application of color. Because there is this traditional design where there's like bold colors. I know lots of people, like I'm following a few artists from Bad Pen Pal who do it like in these bold colors, and I like to look at those, but I don't imagine that on my own body.
I can say that getting tattoos for the past 15 years, I know what holds and what not. So that's why we do the bold tattoos here. It doesn't have to be American original, but there has to be contrast in your work. There has to be strong line work. There has to be elements that will hold up. Otherwise, I don't see the point in doing them. I'm not saying bad anything about any fine line or anything. It's just in my mind, I like the tattoos to also look cool after 10 years.
There's not a person who doesn't look good with an abstract tattoo, but that's my personal opinion. Just because abstract can be so many things. It can be like just a really thin, minimal line. It can be like a big splash. It can be shapes and sizes.
I work a lot with client ideas, so I don't have my own style. I've been tattooing for a couple of years, so it is a bit early to have my own style, I guess.
Yeah, but I think mostly influenced by traditional tattoos, and that's the style that I like to do the most, but it's not the only style that I would do or define myself with, probably. One other thing that's really popular in Estonia is definitely fine line stuff.
Black and grey, traditional, neo-traditional, geometrical,
yeah, kind of
graphic,
ornaments and all that stuff.
Ornament.
No, I've never kind of regretted a tattoo. My weirdest when I was at a bar and if they called your name, you got a tattoo, and I got the logo of the bar, and it's not the most beautiful thing, but it's on my foot and it's small and it's cute. For me, it's just like letting artists use my body as kind of a canvas. It doesn't have to be deep.
But generally, people who are getting tattooed, they said, I went to my tattoo artist and I told them, I'm a canvas, go crazy. And the artist was like, no, what style? What they had to get, like, so on one hand, all tattoo artists are like, yeah, we want someone that will go with our dreams, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes, usually they freak out, so.
I think it's okay if people just want to make a tattoo because that's beautiful and just because they want one.
I personally prefer to get flash designs from artists because I know how much it means to them. It's for them to have their design that they themselves created, not personally for me, but that they wanted to do in the moment, and then I like it and I want to get it.
Motivation, something to motivate me. Absolutely. That's the only type of tattoo I would ever get. It would have to have a meaning to me.
I think the meaning fades with time.
Yeah, the meaning is not that important. I feel the most important thing is the design and placement.
Yeah, because the way you think changes in time, so the meaning also fades away at some point.
I don't think I've really spent more than an afternoon thinking about a tattoo I want to get, probably.
Whatever tattoo you get, what it will, whatever meaning you figure out for it, the thing that's going to associate with it for you the most is going to be the times you had with it, as cheesy as that sounds. It's when you get it, you're a certain age, and then you look back at the tattoo, and it's sort of like a memory capsule that only you can see, which is a really cool thing, I think.
There is a pretty high percentage that you're not gonna love it in 20 years, and that's okay. You need to get that it's okay, because you can get rid of it, you can cover it. There are plenty of things that you can do. You still need to be careful with what you're putting on your body. You're young and stupid in your 20s, and you're gonna regret it in your 40s. You can still do a tattoo when you're 40 and regret it when you're 60. And you can do a tattoo at your 20s and love it till the end of your life. So it's no one can say that from the beginning. You can never know. So I don't know. If you're not sure, just don't get it.
Most artists I know, they're not gonna tattoo whatever picture you print off the internet. That's not how it works, right? So it's an authored work in a way. It's a piece of art, and it's also on your body. So I'd rather pay more and get it done well. This is not something you do lightly. This is not an impulsive purchase you're making, right? So you are mentally ready, and you are putting the money aside for that. I mean, having a bad tattoo will be more expensive in the end. So,
if the person you go for a consultation with says a number that you're not comfortable with, take your time to think about it. If you only base it on budget, you're not gonna be very happy with the end result at some point.
How can this be cheap if it's done once and for 50 years? So if you're actually gonna think about it, it doesn't cost a lot for one timely done service. You're buying new iPhones every 3 years, and they cost hella much more than tattoos. So if it's permanent and only done once, I think it's pretty reasonable to pay a lot for that.
Вопрос по стоимости, да, я всегда стараюсь ориентировать человека после короткого обсуждения. Это должен быть кристально прозрачный вопрос, потому что, собственно, это реально очень важно иметь конкретный бюджет, найти в своей жизни идеальный отрезок, когда ты можешь себе позволить татуировку и отлично за ней поухаживать и выбрать период жизни, когда ты не очень нервничаешь, чувствуешь себя прекрасно, готов поухаживать за твоей кожей. I've had clients who reached out to me and asked like, oh, I want this and this tattoo. It's like a tiny tattoo, and then I sent them back my price, and they're like, "Oh, I thought it's gonna be like 20 euros." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, but I can't do the I can't tattoo for 20 euros just because like the material cost, the studio rent costs, everything is a cost to me."
Like in short, I could call it, this is my mental health tattoo. That part is for ADHD. It's a very interesting thing. I gave like a list of thoughts and references and metaphors how it feels to have it.
It's something you do only for yourself, because it's it may look like you do it for someone else, just because like if I get my back tattooed, no, I can't see it, but it's still for me.
I don't think of myself as being tattooed. This is not my identity. If I go and buy clothes and I'm looking at the clothes, I'm not thinking, will this fit with my tattoos? I don't think that I have tattoos. It's a part of me. I might like some of them more than the others, just accept it.
Ну, я, например, с каждой татуировкой я все больше и больше, как сказать, спокойно и по-доброму отношусь к своему телу и люблю его, потому что на них классный арт, который мне нравится. Так что да, это тоже такая вещь, которая может даже избавить от каких-то неуверенностей в себе человека.
A great tattoo enhances your quality of life. Because that's the feedback from people. That, you know, they get a lot of compliments, they can have conversations based on that, and it just makes you look more interesting.